Stranger things have happened on KT Radio. Hello and welcome to KT Radio. I'm your host, Oscar Reed, and today we have a very special show for you. So, coming up, we've got your guys' funniest and weirdest stories involving strangers. That's what we do here on Stranger Things Have Happened, the show with me, your host, Oscar Reed. But before we dive in at the deep end there, what we're going to do is we're going to cut over to your 8 o'clock news with Dylan Lambert.
Good evening. This is the KT Radio at 8 o'clock news. I am your host, Dylan Lambert. First story we have, Kentish Town food places have been rated 0 in hygiene rating. Kentish Town tube stations is still closed nearly a year later, with plans for it reopening to be delayed until September. Business owners and locals are negatively impacted by the ongoing roadworks along Kentish Town. That's all for the breaking news in Kentish Town.
I don't know about you lot, but I certainly think that actually the tube station being shut for so long is just causing me absolute havoc. My commute here to KT Radio, as much as I love getting here and I love my job so much, actually, if this tube works go on for any second longer, I'm just going to absolutely freak out. In fact, if you want to text in at all about how it's impacting your day, that'd be fantastic. Get involved for me, please. Do tweet us at KT Radio, please. But we are back. We are jumping on with Stranger Things Have Happened. And we have a special guest in the studio with us today. We have Arif with us, who's going to be telling his strangest story with a stranger. Because today we're talking Stranger Things Have Happened. Hello, Arif. Welcome to the studio.
Hello. Thank you for having me here.
You're very welcome. So, obviously, I just for context for the listeners, producer Anushka, she doesn't tell me what Arif's story is beforehand, but I'm assured that this is a particularly strange story, right?
Very weird.
Very weird, right?
Very
okay,
weird.
I'm gonna let you take the air for me, Arif. So go on, please tell me what happened.
So I'm going by my friend's house. His name is John McHugh.
Shout out to John.
Shout out to John. And I'm waiting outside his house. And around Kentish Town, you might have seen him. He's like a homeless man. No, he's not actually homeless. He lives in a mansion, but
Are we talking John here?
oh
or-
no, not John. John is a quite rich man,
Okay,
and
no.
he lives in a nice house. So I'm waiting outside his house, and this homeless man comes up to me, and what we call him is the 20p man. Yes.
Can I guess why?
Yeah. Go on.
He's got lots of 20p's.
No, he asked for 20p's, so he's got no 20p's.
So always specifically 20p.
yeah, so he's like 20p.
Oh, so he's. I'm unsure about where the accent's from, but
No, that's his accent.
that's his
20p.
accent, right? Okay.
20p. So he comes up to me and he says 20p, sir. And I say no, because who holds 20p's on him? Not me, not this guy.
Very valid point. Are you a £20 kind of man?
No, I'm a £5 kind of guy.
£5. Nothing wrong with a fiver.
No, I love fivers. I love five. So I say no, and his next thing that he says is, "Can you give me a cigarette? Cigarette, please. Cigarette." So I say no cigarettes on me.
Not on you.
Not on me. No, I don't smoke at all.
Nearly caught you out there.
Yeah, no.
I hope your parents aren't listening.
No, they're definitely not listening.
That's good. That's good.
They don't
What?
listen to
Are you trying to
these.
say no one listens to my show?
Most likely.
All right, thank you.
So,
Oh, dear listeners.
so what he asks next is, "Do you have girlfriend? Do you have girlfriend?" And I say, "Yeah." I said yes, and I said I'm waiting outside her house. So my friend John McHugh is now my girlfriend.
Does John know this at this point?
No, John's still inside his house waiting for him.
Putting his wig on.
Yeah. And he asks where I'm from. So I say Albania. I say Albania.
And you've developed this accent out of
Oh,
nowhere.
yeah, yeah.
Beforehand, you've just sounded like yourself.
Also, for listeners who might not know, is I don't look Albanian at all.
I can confirm Arif
yeah,
does
yeah.
not look Albanian.
I'm from Pakistan, so
Very different place.
yeah, very different to Albania. So after asking me this, he goes in for a handshake, and what I notice is on his hand it's very dirty, and it's got like not to be. He's a very white guy, so and his hands are dirty, and he asks for a handshake, and I say no, and then he comes in for a hug.
Wow.
Yeah, he comes in for a hug, and I say, no, please no. And he says, yes. So then I have to push him away. And and so that's the story. And
Okay,
he's
so-
a very strange man.
So what you're saying is your strange story is that you met a stranger, wanted to shake your hands. He usually asks for 20p, and in this occasion, he wanted
went
a
in
little
for a hug,
more. He
yeah.
wanted a little more. He wanted a little bit of love.
He's a bit of a savage, so
So as Paul McCartney said, all you need is love. I suppose is the moral of your story.
I didn't want any love.
You don't want any love. Well, good for you. Thank you for coming in, Arif. Thank you for talking to me. Coming up, we've got another guest. Listeners, if you let me know on our socials, so get in touch at KT Radio. Let me know. Do you think Arif's story is very strange? Do we have any other experiences with our 20p man? Do you know someone that is maybe a 20p man? Is there a 50p man out there? You know, maybe get in touch with me. Let me know. Let me know your strange stories. We're always looking for more content. And actually, today we do have another guest in the studio. With me today, we've also got Eros. Eros, welcome to the studio. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine.
You're
Thank
doing
you very
fine.
much.
Just fine.
Yep.
Okay.
Fine is lovely.
Lovely. Fantastic weather, isn't it?
Lovely, mate.
KT station being shut, how's that impacting your life?
It's ruined everything. Can't get to work.
And I think that in no way is that an exaggeration. It has ruined literally everything. Okay, so enough about our transport problems. Eros, I want to know what your strange story is.
My
for me.
strange story? Well, it starts off on my own road. In Kentish Town, look at that. I'm walking to school one day when I was a bit younger, and there was this lady. Seemed fine to me. She comes up to me. She says, "Wow, you look just like my son." I'm like, "Oh, well, thank you."
I'm assuming
Son.
this wasn't your mum.
No,
Good,
no.
good.
Son must be quite good looking anyway.
For context, he's not.
Face for radio. And then she starts to question me about where I go to school and how long ago she went to school. I was like, oh, okay. She seems like a very nice lady. And then she starts getting a bit personal. She's like, oh, why don't you come closer to me? We can speak. I'm like, not for me, really. To be fair, she's a bit older. You know, I'm quite a young fellow. Not into that. I don't know if any listeners out there.
For context, he is very young. How old are we talking? How old is this lady?
She's at least 40, 50.
Okay, so she's a full blown woman.
Quite
This
mature.
isn't a young
No.
woman. We're talking this is a woman in
Yeah.
the grips of adulthood. Yeah.
Hey, you never know. She asked me if I would like to go to another place with her. I was like, don't know about that. To get to school, you know, my teacher is quite a big fellow. Shouts at me. And then
I think I know the one. If I remember your school, I think we spoke a little off air before the show, and I
Yeah.
think I know your teacher. Shout out to him. I'm not going to mention names, but I know who he is.
not the greatest fellow, we'll say, but
So carrying on. So she wants a little bit more. She wants to.
get a bit closer
Get
with me,
close.
yeah. Then she offers me a chance to peek at her underwear, which I thought was quite strange.
As a school child,
As a school child, I am A minor as of that day.
that is, I'm going to throw it out there. So sorry to Arif, who's left the studio now, but that certainly is a much stranger story. I would say that is incredibly strange. Wow. Both of you with experiences of strangers wanting to get a little bit closer than you anticipated, though. So I suppose maybe we should get the underwear lady and 20p man to sort of solve each other's problems. What do you think, listeners? Let's get in touch on @KT Radio for me. We're going to cut away to a commercial break for me now. So we've got some adverts, and then we're going to play some music for you before we get into more stories from you guys, the listeners. So get in touch @KT Radio, and we'll be sharing more stories coming up. Thank you. You're listening to Stranger Things Have Happened on KT Radio.